A danger on duty. A Miami-Dade detective coming under fire while working surveillance.
Tonight, 5 people are in custody. Police say the officer's bulletproof vest likely saved his life. We have live team coverage beginning with Local 10's Terrell Fournay at the crime scene in Miami Gardens. Terrell.
And much of that activity tonight is just behind me near Northwest 154th Street and 19th Avenue. Here you can see all of those evidence markers and police still on the scene. This is nearly 13 hours after those gunshots rang out. The evidence markers line the road by the dozens on this block. Many reflect shell casings, but one at the very center logs the spot of a gun, somehow tied to the scene.
This is the biggest crime scene I've ever seen in my life.
Detectives worked well into the night, even processing a white car, now tagged as evidence. The back end appears to have barreled through a fence. It was just before 11 Monday morning when the call went out, a Miami-Dade officer signaling for help after being hit by a bullet. His own voice is heard over these radio transmissions.
Just got hit. I'm at 153 0.
154 Street Northwest 20. Officer shot.
I'm great.
The emergency triggered a countywide response from hundreds of officers. The 29-year-old injured cop works in the crime suppression unit, and sources say he was in this red pickup truck on a surveillance operation, all tied to a separate shooting from over the weekend when someone rolled up and started shooting.
If there's subjects out there who are brazen enough to fire upon law enforcement officers, we know that they would not have any issue with firing upon our citizens.
A tense manhunt followed by air and on the ground. Sky 10 capturing much of the action. Police eventually handcuffed and detained 5 people near the crime scene, leaving neighbors and concerned citizens confused and scrambling to try to find ways around the massive street closures.
I think I see at least 300 police cars out here, multiple agencies, so this is not a small matter.
Very large crime scene indeed. Tonight, detectives tell us that they are still trying to sort through the level of involvement for the 5 individuals who have been detained. In the meantime, as for that injured Miami-Dade officer, we know that he has been on the force for 7 years. We are live in Miami Gardens. Terrell Fournay, Local 10 News.
Terrell, thank you. Our team coverage turns now to Local 10's Ian Margle.
He is live outside the hospital in Miami with how that officer is doing tonight. Ian.
Some good news. We have learned that he is going to be okay, and we are learning tonight that a piece of his equipment likely saved his life.
You never want to hear a call that one of your colleagues, whether you work with them directly or indirectly or for even another agency, to be called and say that they were involved in a shooting.
Tense moments for Miami-Dade police after one of their officers was hit by a bullet Monday. That officer, a 29-year-old who has been with the department for 7 years, was conscious and sitting upright when he was taken to Ryder Trauma Center, his face heavily bandaged. But Director Stephanie Daniels says this could have been much worse.
We are very blessed that he would be going home. Because we could have been telling you a different story right now.
We've learned that officer was actually shot in the chest, but his bulletproof vest deflected it, causing the bullet to ricochet and graze his cheek, leaving him injured, but very much alive.
He's in stable condition, and he will be able to go home and celebrate Thanksgiving with his family.
Thank God he is well and he will be returning home, but we know that our officers put themselves in the line of fire on our behalf each and every day.
So still several questions tonight. How exactly this happened? Was he targeted? And of course, the identity of that officer himself. But again, the good news this evening, he is expected to go home in the next couple of days. Live in Miami tonight, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.